You ever have this issue? You put the handle on there and then you want it in a different spot, or you buy new handles. You got to fill those holes, but if you don't fill them properly, it's going to show. So I'm going to show you how to fill them properly so you don't have to worry about it. And then you can put those new handles on and everything will look just like new. So check it out. I'm going to show you how I'm going to make them. We'll see if it works. I bet you we can make it happen. First thing I want to do is see how big this hole is. You're right at 1/8 of an inch. What I'm going to do is rip down a piece of wood that's 1/8 of an inch by 1/8 of an inch, and then we'll cut it to size. We'll try to round it off, and then we'll stick it in there, and I'll show you how we do it from there. Okay, so we have our nice thin piece of wood. What I'm going to do to give myself a little bit more of a rounded look, and it is up above the surface so that I can sand it down to make it flush. So I'm going to grab that and be right back. Okay, so we're going to put the dowel in there first. We're going to layer it in some glue. And we're going to go all the way through. And I'm going to wait until it dries before I cut it smooth. So this right here will dry, and once it dries, I will cut it smooth, sand it. Once that's done, we can then prime it, paint it. So you will end up painting the whole doors again. That is kind of the downside of this, because when doors are sprayed like this, touch-ups are very hard to get to blend, especially if you are taking layers off. So that's the plan. I've got 3 more doors to do, so I'm going to do those. We'll see you when these are dry. Okay, so these are dry. There are a couple that are kind of long, and so what I'm going to do, any type of scrap cardboard, or I've seen people use playing cards, just something to kind of protect the wood. And then a flush trim saw. You don't have to be all the way flush because you're going to sand it anyways, but that's just going to cut a little bit of that tip part off that's sticking out. That can all be sanded. I'll show you here. You can see that that is sticking out, right? And so all I'm doing is covering the majority of this, putting my flush trim saw on it, and it doesn't take a whole lot because they're thin pieces. But by putting that little piece of cardboard on there, I avoid scratching up the rest of it. Not that I wouldn't be able to sand it out anyways, but that's what we did. So we're going to come back and hit these with some sanding. Let's see here, what I got. 80 would be a little much. Let's see, 120. Probably am going to end up using the power sander. These are going to get a whole nother coat anyways. There we have it. This will get sanded, or it just got sanded, but it'll get sanded again, higher grit. We'll paint it. The whole door's gonna get a whole nother coat anyways, so that's not that big of a deal. I got to do the rest of these, but it's a simple little thing, right? The reason that we're using the wood to fill the hole is because that wood, as it expands and contracts, is going to keep that thing filled. Where if you were to just put filler in there, it's going to shrink and you're going to have to go over and over and over again because it's not going to really fill the whole thing. The wood takes up the majority of it. Let it dry nice, and then you are good to go. And that is going to fill that hole nicely. That little extra bit of the spackling fills in any of the gaps in case you didn't cut it perfectly. And it's a pretty simple little project. So that's how you do it. That's how you fill the holes when you are doing if you cut the holes wrong, drilled the wrong holes, or if you are replacing your handles, that's how you can do that. Fill it in. Not that big a deal. Thanks for watching. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Check out craftedinflorida.com. I've got some free stuff over there that you can download. I've got some build plans that are in the works. They should be up there very soon. And you can subscribe to the email list and all that jazz. We also have a podcast, Crafted in Florida, on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Thanks for watching. See you next time.